All right, let's dive into a single, really powerful idea. Now, I'll be honest, it can be a tough pill to swallow, but once you really get it, I mean, truly internalize it, everything can change. And that idea, it's taking absolute 100% ownership of your life. I mean, have you ever felt like that? Just kind of stuck? You're waiting for that promotion to come through, or for someone to finally apologize, or for the stars to align and the right time to magically appear. We've all been there. It's this feeling that some external force has to make the first move before our own lives can get going. And boom, this quote just gets right to the heart of it all. This is the fundamental shift in mindset we're really digging into. It's that jarring, maybe even scary, but ultimately liberating realization that the person you've been waiting for this whole time, it's you. Okay, so let's break down this first principle. No, one is coming. Seriously. The world doesn't owe us a thing. Not success, not happiness, not a fair shot. That little feeling of entitlement, that voice in our head that says someone should fix this for us, well, that's a trap. And it's a trap that will keep you waiting forever. And here's the deal, right? This is the trade-off. Real freedom isn't something that's just handed to you. It's what you go out and claim for yourself the second you stop believing you're owed anything. Yeah, you have to give up the sort of weird comfort of waiting around, but what you get in return is the power to save yourself. So once you really, truly accept that no one is coming to the rescue, the next step is crucial. You have to start clearing out all those mental habits that are keeping you powerless. And let me tell you, the biggest one, the absolute king of them all, is blame. Just think about it for a second. When you blame your circumstances, your past, other people, the economy, whatever, what are you really doing? You are literally handing over your power. You're looking at something or someone else and saying, you're in control of my life. Ownership. Well, that's the act of yanking that power right back into your own hands. And you know who's always hanging around with blame? Its best friend, its partner in crime, the excuse. Look, we all make them. But let's be totally honest with ourselves for a second. What do they actually accomplish? The answer is absolutely nothing. This quote just nails it, doesn't it? It perfectly explains why we make excuses. They feel so logical, so reasonable. They're like a little shield protecting our ego from the sting of failure or just not doing the work. But here's the catch. While that excuse is busy comforting your ego, it's silently poisoning your progress. Real growth, the kind that actually matters, only starts when you stop making justifications for where you are right now. Okay, so let's say you've done it. You've stopped waiting for a savior, you've kicked blame to the curb. So, now what? Well, this is where the real work begins. And it's an inside job. It's all about mastering your own inner world and healing whatever it is that needs to be healed. And this definition of healing is so, so important to understand. Look, terrible things might have happened to you that were 100% not your fault. Things completely outside of your control. That's a fact. But the job of healing from them, that's on you. It's your responsibility. No one else can do that work for you. It is your job to refuse to be defined by what hurt you. You see, that healing work is all part of a much bigger idea. Your outer world is pretty much a mirror of your inner world. If it's all chaos and turmoil on the inside, guess what you're going to see on the outside? Yep, more chaos. So taking real responsibility means you have to start right here with the only three things you ever have total control over: your thoughts, your emotions, and how you choose to react to whatever life throws your way. And what's cool is once you start getting a handle on that inner world, you get to begin the really exciting part, actually building your outer world. You stop being just a passenger in your own life, and you become the architect. You get the blueprints. You're in charge. So what's the blueprint for being the architect? It's right here. It all comes down to the hundreds of tiny choices you make every single day. What you eat for lunch, who you call, whether you scroll on your phone or go for a walk. These seem small, right? But they're not. They are the bricks you are using to build the house of your life. So you have to acknowledge your role, choose consciously, act with discipline, and then just watch as those choices literally shape your reality. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but I'm starting from way behind. And that might be true. But you have to remember this. Your effort, that's the great equalizer. You might not get to choose your starting line in the race of life, but you have absolute control over how hard you run. Think of your effort like a currency. It's something you can spend every single day, and trust me, it's way more valuable than you realize. And really, it all boils down to this one question. This is the ultimate accountability check. Are you asking, why me? That's the question of a victim. Or are you asking, what can I do differently? That's the question of a creator, of an architect. The moment you shift from that first question to the second, that's the moment you start building a better life, one brick at a time. And that brings us to the final and maybe the most important idea of all. I know, all this talk about responsibility can sound heavy. It can sound like a huge burden. But the truth, the real truth, is the exact opposite. It's not a burden. It's the key to your freedom. Think about it like this. On one side, you've got dependence, relying on other people to make you happy or successful. Sure, it feels comforting for a little while. It's a temporary fix. But on the other side, you've got responsibility. And that isn't temporary. That's a permanent power. The moment you stop needing someone else to come in and fix things for you is the moment you become unstoppable. And that's really the core message here, the main idea we've been building up to this whole time. Responsibility isn't a burden that weighs you down. It's your power. It's the key that unlocks your ability to change absolutely everything. So let's wrap up with this thought. You can't rewrite your past. That chapter's done. It's written in permanent ink. But the next page, the next chapter, it's completely blank, and the pen is in your hand. The second you accept full responsibility is the second you pick up that pen and become the author of your own story. So the only question left is, what story are you going to write starting right now?